So I'm trying to diagnose a bad misfire on this s63tu V8. It's an M6 Grand Coupe even. A little bit weird because everything was pointing to cylinder 7 having a bad injector, possibly. I've just swapped that injector, and after getting the fuel through again, it seemed to run okay, and then the misfire's back. What's weird is that in the diagnostics, I've got ISTA, but I'm actually using a thing called AnyScan, X-Tool AnyScan, which I'm finding pretty convenient. In that, if I'm looking at the live data for DME2, which is the one that does cylinders 5, 6, 7, 8, what I was using as an indicator that it was cylinder 7 is the flame out count, which was counting up quite high. I've just, I should have probably done these tests before. I can't remember what tests I've already done, but it's still doing it now. It logged a fault for misfire cylinder 6, which is this one. So I've just done the injector on 7. I bought 2 injectors anyway, and I bought an ultrasonic cleaner and some of these Teflon seals, so it should be all good for injectors. But yeah, it just logged cylinder 6, but then when I look at misfire, I clear it, and it's still running like a pig. It's still clearly missing on one cylinder, but it's not logged a misfire this time. But I'm still seeing the flame out count, but on cylinder 7, which has just had a new injector. Swap coils around, all that sort of stuff. So as it's misfiring now, I've unplugged a coil, just to try and figure out which one's misfiring. Back to basics, really, isn't it? And indeed, it does seem to be 6. However, I've just disconnected the fuel. They have a little flexible fuel line here from the tank. From the low pressure, the tank lift pump goes into the fuel line that feeds each bank. It feeds the high pressure fuel pumps, and there's one on each bank. It's driven from the exhaust camshaft. There's a bucket thing that pushes it up and down. This is one of them. Oh, and by the way, in the diagnostics, the other thing I'm seeing is that the rail pressure is well below the set pressure. So the set pressure, say at idle, is 700 psi, but the measured pressure, now yes, it could be a Duff pressure sensor. Don't know what's involved in swapping that, but I do know it's on the end of the fuel rail down here, which is covered by a wiring loom. Anyway, the measured pressure is like 200 psi, but I have swapped the pump from one side to the other, made no difference. Reason for the video, this is very strange indeed. I've just taken the hose off again, because I'm about to do the other injector, and this has just popped out of the fuel line here. Now, it's either a piece of plastic or a piece of carbon fibre, but I've put tissue underneath to catch whatever comes out. Now, there is a very slim chance that I'm confused and it's not what I think, and that didn't just pop out the end, but I'm pretty sure it did. Like, what the hell? It looks like a tiny piece of carbon fibre. Sorry, get it to focus. It could be plastic. What? Like, no wonder I've got injector problems. Christ almighty. What the hell's going on there? Get it somewhere else. Get it on something white. Like, why the frig is that just popped out at the end of that fuel line? That's odd indeed. Oops, sorry, phone changes. When you zoom past a certain point, it switches to a different camera that's like half an inch away from the other one, so stuff that happens. I'm going to keep that just in case by some oddity it's actually needed and needs pushing back in there. fuel line, but that is odd. I mean, literally. I don't even normally bother putting tissue on the fuel lines like this. I'm a bit just sort of let it out, you know, and whatever. But I just thought I've just had it running, and the engine's hot, even though the exhausts are tucked away in the middle rather than the outside. It's a hot V. I don't normally put tissue or anything there, but I did, and then I thought I saw something, and then it was gone. And then a moment later, as the fuel's pissing out, this just comes floating out the end like a rowing boat or something. That's odd. Alright, thanks. Thought I'd share.